Hello everyone. My today's topic is solid waste management, which is another topic of compulsory core paper CCP. In this topic, we are going to discuss about the meaning of solid waste and its management. The solid waste, often called the third pollution after air and water pollution, is that material which arises from various human activities and which is normally discarded as waste or useless things. It consists of highly heterogeneous mass of discarded materials from the urban community, as well as the more homogeneous accumulation of agricultural, industrial, and mining wastes. Causes of solid waste. Solid waste is produced by following reasons. 1. Garbage. This is produced during storage of meat, fruits, vegetables, etc. Next, rubbish. It includes combustible or non-combustible matter like paper, wood, rubber, leather, metals, glass, ceramics, concrete, etc. Next, pathological waste. This is the waste of dead animals, human waste, hospital waste, etc. Next, industrial waste, which are chemicals, paints, metal or processing products, fly ash, sewage treatment sludge, etc. And the last category is agricultural waste, farm animal manure, crop residue, etc. All these are different sources or causes of solid waste. Now, how to control it? The control of solid waste management includes three types of measures: collection, disposal, and recovery. So, we will discuss all these three types of solid waste management in some detail. Now, first coming on to collection. So, what is collection? Efficient collection and transportation are essential parts of overall solid waste management. So, some common devices used for collection are garbage grinders, pneumatic pipes, compactors, transfer stations, etc. So, all these are collection devices which are used in different setups for collecting different types of solid waste. The next type that management is the disposal. So we will go to that. Disposal methods are open dumps and sanitary landfills. That means the solid waste can be disposed either by dumping in open places, whatever waste is there, or by making sanitary landfills. That is, these landfills are nothing but a part of land where other useful work is not done. The land is used for dumping all the waste, and it is covered after some time. Now, open dumping obviously leads to different kinds of pollution. So, that is itself is not a good practice. So, we will concentrate on sanitary landfills. Now, sanitary landfills are engineered operations. They are designed and operated according to acceptable standards, whereas open dumps are simply dumping places. The basic principle of landfill operation is to deposit the refuse, compact it with bulldozers and cover the material with at least 6 inches of dirt or soil at the conclusion of each day's operation, and a final cover of 2 feet when the area is full. That means when the area is full of solid waste, then up to 2 feet thick layer soil is put on that as a final cover. The landfill operation is in fact a biological method of waste treatment. Under anaerobic condition, organic matter are degraded to more stable forms by the microorganisms. The end products are mostly CO2, that is carbon dioxide, CH4, methane, NH3, ammonia, and a little bit of H2S, hydrogen sulfide. These are allowed to escape through small vents in the sanitary landfills. Now, before doing all these activities, we should reduce the volume of disposed material so that it acquires less and less or minimum space. So, volume reduction prior to disposal is very important. Since land may be expensive commodity, the cost of land filling can be very high. Accordingly, various methods are adopted to reduce the volume of waste. They are: number 1, incineration. Incineration is nothing but the complete burning of the material to be disposed. It reduces the volume of waste to about 20 to 30% of the original volume and makes the product stable. Stable means the product will not do any further chemical reaction. Second method is shredding, that is cutting large pieces of waste into smaller pieces. It is found that larger pieces of waste occupy huge volumes and smaller pieces occupy lesser volume. So, shredding is also very important in volume reduction prior to disposal. The third and important method is pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is combustion of the material in absence of oxygen. The residues of this process are of economical value. The combustible gas, tar, and charcoal are raw materials for other processes. Pyrolysis not only reduces the volume but also produces stable end products. Then the third step of solid waste management is recovery. Recovery is the method of utilizing residues of solid waste management as raw materials for other processes. For example, fly ash from industry is used to make bricks. Bagasse from sugar industry is used to make paper of good quality. Likewise, various metals are recovered from electronic waste. So, recovery is a very important part of solid waste management because it allows the utilization of residues of solid waste as a raw material for the new processes. So, these are the methods of solid waste management. With this, I conclude my topic. Thank you.